Have you ever looked at something on your plate and wondered, is this even real food? We live in a time where what's sold in a shiny package, what smells delicious, what crunches perfectly in your mouth, may not even be meant for human consumption. The truth is, our food supply has been invaded by things that the human body was never designed to process. Yet, because it's cheap to make, easy to ship, and profitable to sell, these substances have been disguised as food. When you walk through the supermarket, you're not in a temple of nourishment, you're in a battlefield. The bright boxes, the cartoon mascots, the fortified with vitamins stickers, these are the weapons of marketing, not health. The ingredients inside often have names you can't pronounce. If your great-grandmother wouldn't recognize it as food, chances are your body won't either. Books like The Omnivore's Dilemma have pulled back the curtain on how industrial food is made, yet most people still live as if the label edible means safe. It doesn't. We're consuming dyes that were originally designed for textiles, preservatives that work better in motor oil than in your stomach, and sweeteners so chemically engineered they could belong in a lab more than a kitchen. Why do we keep eating these things? Because they've been engineered to hijack our senses. The perfect crunch, the addictive sweetness, the comforting saltiness, it's not an accident. It's chemistry designed to make your brain scream more, even when your cells are quietly starving for real nutrients. This is not just about willpower, it's about awareness. The moment you begin to see these products for what they are, manufactured substances with a shelf life longer than some of our pets, you take away their power. You start to understand that the discomfort of withdrawal from these foods is actually your body beginning to heal. Your body is a masterpiece, a living system built to thrive on real food from the earth. Every time you choose whole vegetables over a boxed snack, grass-fed meat over processed meat, clean water over a neon-colored drink, you're sending a message to your body: I respect you. I will not poison you for convenience. The companies making these substances don't care about your health. They care about your repeat purchase. But your health is your responsibility. No one else can fight this battle for you. And the sooner you see that some of the things sold as food were never meant for human consumption, the sooner you take back control of your energy, your clarity, and your life. This is not about fear, it's about power. Power to choose what enters your body, power to say no to what harms you, and power to reclaim the health that is rightfully yours. Because your body is not a garbage can, and you were never meant to live on imitation food. Have you ever stopped to think about how many things you put in your mouth each day without truly knowing what they are? The modern food industry has mastered the art of disguise. Harmful substances are slipped into everyday products under names that sound harmless, sometimes even healthy. They're hidden behind words like natural flavor, vegetable oil, or enriched. But when you peel back the label and look at the source, you find that many of these substances are far from natural. They're industrial byproducts, chemical additives, and synthetic compounds your body was never meant to digest. Over time, they don't just pass through you, they build up, creating inflammation, damaging your cells, and slowly draining your energy. What's worse is that these substances often replace real nutrient-dense food, so your body is being filled up but never truly fed. And the shocking part? This isn't some rare occurrence. It's happening with the bread you toast in the morning, the healthy snack you keep in your bag, and even the drinks that claim to boost your energy or immunity. The packaging tells you it's good for you. The commercials tell you it's safe. But the truth is, our food supply has been infiltrated with ingredients designed for profit, not for human health, and we've been conditioned to accept it as normal. Once you see this, you can't unsee it, and you begin to question everything you once thought of as food. We've been trained to believe that if it's sold in a store, it must be safe. But safety in the food world doesn't always mean it's good for your body. It simply means it won't kill you immediately. There's a huge difference between something that won't cause instant harm and something that will nourish you for years to come. Many of the products lining store shelves are loaded with refined sugars, processed oils, and artificial chemicals that chip away at your health slowly, almost invisibly. You don't wake up one morning with high blood pressure, diabetes, or joint pain out of nowhere. These conditions are often the result of years of consuming things your body was never designed to handle. The danger lies in the slow buildup, the gradual erosion of your vitality, and the false sense of security that comes from thinking, if it were really that bad, they wouldn't sell it. The truth is, food regulations are written with economic interests in mind, not your well-being. And unless you take responsibility for learning what you're really eating, you'll keep falling into the same trap, trusting products that were never meant to truly sustain life. These substances aren't just sitting quietly in your food, they're working against you. Many artificial ingredients are designed to alter your senses, triggering cravings and dulling your natural ability to feel satisfied. Think about it. Real food, grown from the earth, has a natural balance of flavors that tells your body when you've had enough. But processed foods, they're engineered to bypass that system entirely. The salt is just the right amount to keep you reaching for more. The sweetness is far beyond what nature ever intended, and the textures are perfected to give your brain a dopamine rush every single bite. This isn't accidental. It's calculated. Food scientists study how to keep you hooked the same way tech companies design apps to keep you scrolling. The longer you stay hooked, the more money they make. And while you may think you're just indulging now and then, these addictive patterns slowly rewire your brain's reward system, making real, wholesome food seem bland in comparison. Over time, this not only changes your taste preferences, but also keeps you trapped in a cycle of eating things that damage your body while craving them even more. Marketing is the shield that protects these products from your suspicion. Bright colors, friendly mascots, health claims printed in bold letters, these are not signs of quality, they're distractions. A sugary drink becomes fortified with vitamins. A processed snack is labeled made with whole grains. A frozen meal boasts low fat while packing it with sodium and artificial flavors. These claims are carefully crafted to speak to your desire for health while quietly hiding the reality. Most of what's inside the package was never grown in a field or raised on a farm. It was made in a factory. Companies know that people shop with their emotions, not just their logic, so they create packaging that triggers trust and familiarity. They use nostalgic images, comforting colors, and phrases that make you feel like you're making a smart choice. And because we've seen these messages all our lives, we stop questioning them. We assume that if it sounds healthy, it must be healthy. But the truth is, the food industry has mastered the art of using your own instincts against you, convincing you to buy into an illusion while the real cost is paid by your health. Learning to spot what's truly natural and safe to eat starts with stripping away the noise. Forget the front of the package. That's marketing. The truth is in the ingredient list. If it's filled with words you can't pronounce, numbers, or vague phrases like flavoring or coloring, it's a sign that what you're holding has been engineered, not grown. Real food is simple. An apple is just an apple. Beef is just beef. Olive oil is just olive oil. Nature doesn't need a paragraph to explain itself. Another key is to pay attention to how close the food is to its original form. A potato you bake at home is a world apart from potato chips in a bag. The more steps food goes through before it reaches your plate, the more chances there are for additives, preservatives, and artificial changes to sneak in. And perhaps most importantly, listen to your body. You don't need a degree in nutrition to notice how you feel after eating something. Real food leaves you energized and satisfied. Fake food leaves you sluggish, bloated, or craving more. Over time, this awareness becomes your best defense, because once you can identify the impostors, you can choose to leave them on the shelf where they belong. When you remove these toxic, imitation foods from your life, something remarkable happens. Your body starts to remember what real health feels like. Your energy stops crashing in the afternoon. Your mind feels clearer, your mood steadier. Cravings that once felt impossible to control begin to fade, replaced by a natural desire for foods that truly nourish you. This isn't just about avoiding disease. It's about reclaiming the strength, clarity, and vitality that processed foods have been quietly stealing from you for years. Every cell in your body begins to function better when it's given the fuel it was designed for. Your immune system strengthens, your digestion improves, and even your sleep becomes deeper and more restorative. The best part is that this transformation doesn't require complicated diets or expensive supplements. It begins with a simple choice: refusing to eat what was never meant for human consumption. Because when you honor your body with real whole food, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. And that's the life you were built to live.